Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in life when you stop making excuses, stop waiting for the perfect moment, and stop blaming circumstances. That time is now. This year is not about waiting for opportunities to knock. It's about building the doors yourself. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to the dreams you whispered to yourself when no one was listening. The world will try to tell you who to be. It will set limits, expectations, and a path that seems safe. But safety is an illusion. The only real security is in betting on yourself, in daring to take the road that excites you, challenges you, and sometimes even scares you. Look around. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every great story was written by someone who refused to live by the rules of average. The difference between those who achieve and those who don't is not luck, it's not talent, it's the unwavering belief that they deserve to chase their purpose. No one is coming to save you. No one will fight for your vision like you will. You are the author, the artist, the architect of what comes next. And in 2025, you owe it to yourself to stop waiting. Failure will come, mistakes will happen, but what's worse, failing or never trying? Regret is heavier than any setback. If you knew today was your last day, would you be proud of the way you spent it? If the answer is no, change it. There is no secret formula. The people you admire didn't have more time, more resources, or more luck. They simply had the courage to begin. So start. Start before you feel ready. Start before the plan is perfect. Start before fear convinces you to wait another year. The world doesn't need another dreamer who never moves. It needs doers, creators, risk takers. From the moment we are born, the world starts writing rules for us. It tells us what is possible, what is practical, and what is safe. It creates invisible walls and calls them reality. But reality is just a story written by those who dared to challenge the limits before us. Every great innovator, every game changer, every leader was once told their ideas were impossible. They were told to be realistic, to follow the norm, to take the safer path. But they refused. They understood that the only true limits are the ones we accept. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't that one had an easier road. It's that one decided the road in front of them wasn't the only way. Imagine if the greatest minds of history had settled for what was expected of them. Imagine if they had believed the voices that said, this is just the way things are. The world would have remained the same, unchanged, uninspired, and stagnant. But they chose differently. They rewrote the script. And now that choice is yours. This is the year to break free. The year to stop living inside the boundaries others have set for you. The year to step outside the comfort zone and realize that everything you've ever wanted exists just beyond fear. You were not born to fit into the mold that was handed to you. You were born to create, to explore, to redefine what is possible. If the world tells you to stay in your lane, build your own road. If it tells you to wait for permission, take action before anyone can stop you. No one remembers those who played it safe, who stayed within the lines, who lived according to someone else's plan. The world remembers the ones who dared, and in 2025, you owe it to yourself to be one of them. There's one thing that separates those who turn their dreams into reality from those who let them fade away. It's not intelligence, not luck, not even resources. It's belief. Unshakable, unstoppable belief in oneself. Every great achievement in history started with one person who had nothing but an idea and the conviction to pursue it. The moment you start doubting yourself, the world will gladly confirm your fears. It will tell you that you're not ready, not capable, not good enough. But here's the truth. No one who ever changed the world started with certainty. They started with courage. Doubt is a disease and it spreads fast. The second you give it space, it multiplies, whispering that you should wait, that you should be more realistic, that success is for other people. But those who achieve greatness don't listen. They silence the noise, ignore the doubts, and act as if success is already theirs. They walk forward when everything inside them screams to stop. They take risks when failure seems certain. And in the end, they win, not because they never had fear, but because they refuse to let fear dictate their actions. You owe it to yourself to believe in your own potential, even when no one else does. You owe it to yourself to stop questioning whether you're worthy of success and start acting like you are. The moment you choose to believe, you unlock a power that no one can take away from you. The world is built by those who have the audacity to say, why not me? And this year it's your turn to ask the same question. No one is coming to hand you success. No one is going to wake up in the morning and fight for your dreams the way you can. You owe it to yourself to understand this. Your vision, your goals, your future, they all rest in your hands. The world is full of distractions, full of people who will tell you what you should do, what's realistic, what's safe. But at the end of the day, when you close your eyes, it's only you who knows what truly sets your soul on fire. There will be moments when you feel alone on this journey, moments when the world doesn't believe in you, when support is nowhere to be found. But those are the defining moments, the ones where you decide whether you need permission to keep going or whether you move forward because you refuse to quit. The people you admire, the ones who built something extraordinary, they didn't wait for validation. They didn't need applause. They moved forward step by step, even when no one was watching, because they knew no one was going to fight for their dream like they would. This is your year, your time to stop waiting for someone to push you, to recognize you, to tell you you're capable. You already are. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your willingness to claim it. Stop hoping someone will pave the way. Stop expecting someone to believe in you before you do. The fight for your dreams begins with you. And in 2025, you owe it to yourself to go all in. Failure is not the enemy. The real enemy is never trying. Too many people let the fear of failure keep them stuck in the same place, watching from the sidelines as others take risks, make mistakes, and ultimately succeed. But look closely. Every person who has ever achieved anything great has failed more times than they can count. The only difference between them and those who stay stuck is that they refuse to let failure define them. They saw it for what it really is, a lesson, a stepping stone, a necessary part of growth. The world teaches you to be afraid of getting it wrong, of looking foolish, of falling short. But the truth is, the only real failure is standing still. Every setback, every rejection, every mistake is proof that you're in the game, that you're pushing yourself beyond the limits of comfort. And comfort, though it feels safe, is the one thing that will keep you from reaching your full potential. If you're afraid to fail, ask yourself, what's worse, failing and learning or never taking the chance at all? 10 years from now, will you regret the times you stumbled or will you regret the times you were too scared to try? The answer is obvious. Regret is heavier than failure. It lingers, it follows you, it reminds you of the chances you didn't take. But failure is temporary. It stings for a moment, then it teaches you, strengthens you, and prepares you for what's next. This is the year to let go of the fear, to step forward boldly, knowing that setbacks are not the end, they are proof that you're on the right path. You owe it to yourself to take risks, to embrace failure as fuel, to keep going when most people would give up. Because in the end, the only people who never fail are the ones who never try, and that will never be you. If today were your last day, would you be satisfied with how you lived? Would you be proud of the choices you made, the risks you took, the dreams you pursued, or would you look back and wish you had done more, been bolder, tried harder, dared to step beyond the comfort of routine? Time is the one thing you can never get back, yet most people live as if they have an unlimited supply of it. They put their dreams on hold, waiting for a perfect moment that never comes. But the truth is, every second that passes is one you will never get again. There's no guarantee of tomorrow, no promise that you'll have more time, more energy, or a better opportunity later. The people who accomplish great things understand this. They move with urgency, not because they are reckless, but because they refuse to waste time waiting for life to happen to them. They know that if they don't act now, they might never get the chance again. How many dreams have been buried under the weight of hesitation? How many ideas have died because someone was too afraid to take the first step? The difference between success and regret is the ability to act when others hesitate. The clock is always ticking, and the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to break free from the patterns that hold you back. This year is not just another year, it is an opportunity. A chance to do things differently, a moment to stop existing and start truly living. You owe it to yourself to make every day count, to move forward even when it's uncomfortable, to chase what matters even when fear tries to slow you down, because one day you will look back at this moment and the only question that will matter is, did you give it everything you had? In 2025, make sure the answer is yes. The world is full of dreamers. People who talk about what they want, what they'll do someday, how life will change when the right moment arrives. But dreams without action are just illusions. They fade, they disappear, and they leave behind nothing but regret. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not in their dreams, it's in their willingness to act. Every person you admire, every innovator, every leader, every trailblazer, at some point they were just like you. They had a vision, a desire, an idea that excited them. But what separated them from the rest of the world is that they didn't just think about it, they moved. They took the first step even when they weren't ready. They worked when no one was watching. They built something day by day while others were still waiting for motivation to strike. Too many people let life pass them by because they believe success is for someone else. The lucky, the talented, the chosen. But here's the truth. The world doesn't need another person who only dreams. It needs people who take action. People who refuse to let fear, doubt, or hesitation stop them. People who understand that waiting for the perfect time is just another way of saying, I'm afraid. You owe it to yourself to break free from that mind, to stop hoping, wishing, or waiting for things to change on their own. This is your time to do, to build, to create. No one is coming to push you. No one will make it easier. The only way forward is through action. The question is, will you be someone who talks about what could have been or someone who proves what is possible? In 2025, don't just dream, do. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, stop. If you think you need more time, more knowledge, more resources before you begin, let that thought go. The biggest lie you can ever tell yourself is that you're not ready. No one ever truly feels ready. No one ever starts at the top fully prepared with all the answers. The people who succeed are the ones who start before they have it all figured out. They jump while others hesitate. They take risks while others wait. They understand that movement creates momentum, and momentum builds success. Every great journey begins with an uncertain first step. Every breakthrough starts with someone who dared to begin before they felt prepared. If you keep waiting for the right conditions, you will be waiting forever. The world doesn't pause for you to catch up. It moves forward with or without you. And if you don't step up now, if you don't claim your place in the story, someone else will. The opportunities you let pass by, the chances you don't take, they don't disappear. They go to those who are brave enough to seize them. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. These are all illusions designed to keep you stagnant. But the truth is, there is nothing scarier than a life of regret. Nothing heavier than looking back and realizing you never even tried. If you want to win in 2025, if you want to make this year different from all the ones before, you must act. Not later, not tomorrow, now. You owe it to yourself to take the first step, no matter how unprepared you feel. Because the only way to ever be ready is to begin. There will never be another 2025. There will never be another chance to live this year, this moment, this opportunity again. Every second that passes is a second you can never get back. And the question is, what will you do with it? Will you let this year slip away like so many before it, filled with hesitation, waiting, and excuses? Or will you finally step forward and claim what is yours? No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to hand you success, hand you discipline, hand you the life you dream of. It is yours to build, yours to create, yours to fight for. And you owe it to yourself to do exactly that, to stop letting doubt dictate your decisions, to stop seeking permission, to stop waiting for the right moment, the right feeling, the right conditions, because they will never come. The only thing that matters is that you start, that you take action even when you're afraid, that you move forward even when it's uncomfortable. There will be obstacles, there will be failures, there will be days when you want to give up, but understand this, the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. Every struggle, every challenge, every moment of discomfort is shaping you, preparing you, making you stronger. And one day you will look back and realize that every step you took, even the hard ones, led you exactly where you were meant to be. You owe it to yourself to make this the year everything changes. The year you refuse to settle. The year you stop just dreaming and start doing. The year you prove to yourself and to the world that you are capable of more than they ever expected. You owe it to yourself to go all in, because in the end, the only thing worse than failing is wondering what could have been if you had just tried. This is your time. This is your year. Now go make it happen. There will never be another 2025. This year is a unique opportunity, one that will never come again. Each day, each hour, each minute that passes is a chance to change the trajectory of your life. You are standing at the edge of something extraordinary, and the question is, will you let this year slip through your fingers like the ones before it, or will you rise to the occasion and take hold of what's waiting for you? The clock is ticking, and you have everything you need within you to make this year the one that changes everything. So often we sit back and wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect conditions. But the truth is, those moments are rare and fleeting. The world doesn't stop to give you time to catch up. It moves forward, with or without you. The people you look up to, the ones who seem to have it all figured out, they weren't waiting for the perfect time. They took action when the path wasn't clear, when the risks were high and when the odds were stacked against them. They took the first step even when they didn't feel ready. And because they did, they created their own luck, their own opportunities, and ultimately their own success. You are no different. You are capable of greatness. You have the ability to create something that matters, to change the course of your life, to make an impact. But you owe it to yourself to act on that potential. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. Don't wait for the stars to align. Don't wait for the perfect set of circumstances. Start where you are with what you have and make it work. If you keep waiting for the right conditions, you'll find yourself a year from now in the same place with the same regrets. The world doesn't need more people who sit back and watch others achieve. It needs people who take the risk, who push boundaries, who create the future instead of waiting for it. It won't be easy. It will never be easy. If it were easy, everyone would do it. There will be challenges, there will be failures, there will be moments when you question yourself, when doubt creeps in and when fear tries to stop you in your tracks. But here's the truth. Failure is not your enemy. It is a part of the process. Every single person who has ever accomplished anything worth remembering has faced failure. And they didn't let it stop them. They learned from it, grew stronger from it, and used it as a stepping stone to reach even greater heights. Your setbacks are not signs that you should quit. They are the very things that will push you towards success. You owe it to yourself to push through those tough moments. You owe it to yourself to keep going when everyone else would give up. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. When you're standing at the end of your life, looking back at everything you've done, the only thing that will matter is whether you lived fully, whether you pursued your dreams relentlessly, and whether you were brave enough to take the risks that others were too afraid to take. In 2025, you have an opportunity to create something extraordinary. Don't let this year pass you by as just another year that could have been. Make it the year where you look back and say, that was the year I took control. That was the year I decided to stop waiting and start doing. This is your moment, your time to shine, your time to make your mark on the world. You owe it to yourself to give it everything you have, to go all in, and to never ever settle for less than your best. Remember, the only thing worse than failing is the regret of never having tried. You are capable, you are ready, and this is your time. Make 2025 the year you look back on with pride, knowing that you gave it everything you had and created something that will last. Because in the end, success is not measured by what others think of you. It's measured by how much you dared to believe in yourself and your ability to make a difference. Now go, take that first step, and make 2025 your year.